All right, last night the Mavericks came back with a vengeance, and everybody was hooping. It just wasn't Luka. Porzingis, they had a good game. Hardaway had a big game. Trey Burke had a big game. Finney hit some shots, but then Paul George, playoff packing P, and now they calling him Pandemic P, had a bad game. He historically folds in the playoffs. I mean, Kawhi dealt with that situation with Kyle Lowry. Lowry struggled in the playoffs for some years, and then Kawhi kind of upgraded him. Remember, the Raptors lost to the first game in the first round to Orlando last year, similar to what the Bucks did and made a run. But let's kind of talk about yesterday. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And I watched the game, man, and then I went to sleep. But it's just, the Mavericks, it was their night. Porzingis wasn't the biggest difference maker last night. I think the biggest difference maker outside of Luka was the supporting cast. Hardaway came and played. Burke came and played. Seth Curry came and played. And guys, role players that you can't count on every night to do that was the difference. All right. And that was just the difference. Plain and simple. All right. For the Clippers, they just, they can't guard. All right. It's like the little bit of physical basketball before the bubble came that was left in basketball. The bubble took it away. You can't touch nobody. You can't bump nobody. I mean, the referees are the true stars of this bubble. It's atrocious. You want to know why the point's so high? Because you can't play no defense. You can't hand check, you can't bump, you can't tap. They calling every little single thing. And it's atrocious. I thought the Laker game was atrocious last night. And the other night. And they was truly trying to cheat for the Lakers and get them every inside information, every inside track to win the game. But last night, man, on both sides of the ball, the five they got to let the boys play. What Onyx say? Slam, dun 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 dun. Let the boys be boys. You got to let them play out there, and that's the issue. They won't let them play. Nowhere in basketball. So as a defender, what can you do? You're not allowed to play any defense. The offense can bump you. They got guys going to the hole using their shoulder, bumping them off guys, and in one, and they getting the foul call. The NBA is just. You see why people don't watch it? How people just left the NBA. And a lot of the 70s, the 80s, the 90s fans left, and the early 2000 fans left. It's because it's just soft. Nobody want to sit here and watch somebody take 20 free throws in a half. Nobody want to see 1,000 fouls being played. It's a sport. It's supposed to be physical. It's supposed to be manly. It's supposed to be masculine. And right now, the NBA is just it's a big ass rec league. And that's my biggest issue with it. They need to temper down them fouls, bro. Every time somebody bumps somebody, it's not a foul. But last night, Paul George just, he got into foul trouble. He couldn't find the rhythm. The first game, he played well. Nobody was screaming Pandemic P or playoff packing P. He played well, and I think last night it was simple fact that he couldn't get a rhythm. And when he came out he didn't play the second quarter, I don't think. He came out the second half because he had 3 fouls in the first quarter. He just couldn't find his rhythm. 4 for 17. Kawhi hooped. I mean, Montrezl Harrell can't hit a free throw to save his life. He was missing some putbacks. Lewis Williams played well every now and again, but no Patrick Beverly out there, and it just seemed. You're gonna lose games like that. The Mavericks are a good team. They're gonna be a championship contender in a little while when they kind of get them a rim defender and and learn to lock in on D. All right, but for the Clippers, I wouldn't be worried. You missing Patrick Beverly. You don't even know he's going to come back anytime soon, but they got a lot of depth. But the Clippers' issue is they don't have nobody in the middle to control the paint, similar to the Mavericks. The Mavericks got Porzingis, but he played like a guard. You know what I'm saying? They need somebody like a Clint Capella in the middle, or both teams do, and that's kind of going to be their downfalls. But, I wouldn't worried about Paul George right now. Only thing I'll be worried about is he was icing his shoulder after the game, all right? And that's my issue. And the shoulder issue is, that might end his career. He keep having these shoulders issues, He keep having these shoulders issues, and all of a sudden after the game at the press conference, he let everybody see that he had ice on his shoulder. So, you really don't want your opponent to know you got wounds or where your wounds at. But, I think he came out as an excuse. Oh, this is why I couldn't shoot well. And that's how people looked at it when having the ice pack on his shoulder. But I think Kawhi Leonard chose the wrong guy to play with. You know what I'm saying? I like Paul George, good player. But, if I had to say, him versus Jimmy Butler, who was better, I would say Paul George. But in the clutch or in crunch time, I would prefer Jimmy Butler. But you know, it is what it is. I don't know if it's his shoulders hurt or that was a blatant excuse or a vivid excuse for everybody to see. Oh, my shoulder was hurt. This is why I shot bad. But you know, Paul George is just not that guy in the playoff time, and Kawhi Leonard gonna have to, you know, really lean on Lewis Williams, and oh man, Lewis Williams is gonna have to really be, you know, his guy. You know what I'm saying? Because Paul George, defensively, he wasn't out there locking down shit, and offensively, he wasn't doing nothing. So, playoff P, packing P, or pandemic P, if he can't get it done, you know, locking in on defense or can't get it done offensively, I mean, it's going to feel like Kawhi had to do it himself. And I felt that Kawhi should have just stayed in Toronto. You know what I'm saying? Russell Westbrook couldn't get it done with him. Danny Granger couldn't get it done with him. We talk about James Harden's shortcomings, but Paul George is right up there. He got to show up in the playoffs. He showed up game 1. Game 2, they going to need him. All right, when you put all your money into two players like Kawhi and Paul George, two of the best two-way players, you throw them in there with Jimmy Butler and a few other guys in the league, you expect the best out of him, man. And you know they shouldn't be letting Luka do what he do. It's easy. Look what the Lakers did to Dame. Even though Dame got his buckets, they did a half-court trap. So they got to think about half-court trapping Luka. And if Tim Hardaway and Trey Burke beat you for 3 more games and they win, so be it. You shake their hand, but you got to make somebody else beat you. You know what I'm saying? Porzingis, you know, at the end of the day, he ain't going to be dominant because all the fuck he do is shoot threes. He won't go in the paint. I seen this dude, like in the second quarter, he have a small guy on him. He drop steps, and he misses the bunny. They come back, the Clippers turn the ball over. He come back, and he shoot like a 30-foot three-pointer. Like, that just lets you know all you need to know about today's big man. They can't make a basic drop step hook, or putback in the lane, but they all can shoot three-pointers. And when they figure out that if you dominate the post, it's gonna get better looks at the three-point shooters, and it's more efficient offense. Until Porzingis figure that out, the Mavericks won't make that maturation at all. You know what I'm saying? But Doc Rivers got to trap Luka. He got to double Luka, and if everybody else beat them, I mean, so be it. You should shake their hand and go home. But I think not having Patrick Beverly gonna be huge. But Reggie Jackson shot the ball well early yesterday. Moore's been playing well, but they got to find a way to slow down Luka. You know what I'm saying? But last night, it wasn't just Luka. Luka was the integral part, but Tim Hardaway and Trey Burke were the big difference makers. So let me know what you got thought about the game last night. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Twitter's the fastest way to IG than Facebook. We also got a Facebook group. Check out our NBA Talk playlist. Want to make a donation? Best way to donate is share the video. But if you want to make a donation financially, Cash App is CJGood313. Also, PayPal link there as well too. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you thought about the Mavericks in a Clipper game last night. And Joel Embiid out there crying again. Joel Embiid was the cryingest center I've ever seen in my life. And Anthony Davis is the most fallingest on the floor center I've ever seen in my life. So one time for the one time we go.